Bernie Madoff, Ken Lay, Dennis Kozlowski, criminals, gluttons of greed, and the evil genius who towered over them? One man has the guts to speak his name.
Big Bird. Big Bird. Big Bird.
It's me, Big Bird.
Big, yellow, a menace to our economy. Mitt Romney knows it's not Wall Street you have to worry about. It's Sesame Street.
I'm going to stop the subsidy to PBS.
Mitt Romney taking on our enemies no matter where they nest.
Now, obviously, the Obama campaign here hoping to chase the post-debate blues by putting that spot out. It's only going to appear on cable, not on individual swing state markets, and it may not air anywhere after the Sesame Workshop asked the campaign to remove the spot. They don't want to be, obviously, in the political realm. The Obama campaign said they're going to take a look at it and see if it does or doesn't. But I want to ask you guys, when you saw the spot, and Brad, I'll start with you, you think it worked?
Yeah, because I think it highlights the stupidity of the Romney, point that he was trying to make during the debate is that when asked, what will you cut from the budget, the only thing that he can think of is PBS, the very network that he's actually being televised on for the debate, where the moderator is from PBS. It seemed, first of all, it's a very small, relatively speaking, and it's like, why pick on us? You have so many things in the budget, trillions of dollars, areas to cut, military misspending.
That it's chump change and it's a rounding number,
right.
But did it, from the optics standpoint, was this the right time to put it out?
Let me ask you a question.
I have a sense the answer is no.
Brad said that it was a totally stupid thing in the debate, right? Terrible idea. How'd the debate work out for Romney? Pretty good. Because the American people understand this, is that the government spends stuff they piss away money on things they don't need to do it. And that was the point of the Big Bird comment. We all love Big Bird. But should the federal government be funding a program that on its own does very, very
Tom,
well?
Here's my only
and the fact that the president is running an ad on it now is utterly pathetic.
Which is only this. And I didn't want to do too much substance on the Big Bird ad. I really thought there was more of an optic debate. But I think the public, for as much as they don't care about details, knows that in the big scheme of things, the subsidy to PBS compared to, if we talked about the defense budget, if we talked about what we're going to do about the tax code, is such an insignificant rounding number. They got to know better than that. So if that was an example, that's fine. But if that's the only specific offered up, I know where the campaign was going. I only argue, Dom, it doesn't really make the president look presidential here when that's the first response here to a beatdown that he got in Denver. It made him look, I thought, small.
You're being nice. You're being nice. I mean, and now I'm
You're
really,
very smart,
now
Dominic.
now
That's
I'm smart.
why you
now
are one
I'm
of the leaders
smart.
in political
now
journalism
I'm
in the
smart.
country.
Can you believe this?
Smart,
What's
very
in that?
smart.
What's in that coffee?
I'm
But
begging you.
Dominic agrees with
okay,
me.
No. The president should be focusing on other things. But Richard, here's what I don't understand. And I know I'm a little off topic with this thing here. Barack Obama, candidate, snuck up on Hillary Clinton. She didn't see it coming. In the debates and so on, thus he's the president of the United States. How could he let Mitt Romney walk on the same stage and do to him what he did to Hillary Clinton?
You helped me with a segue, Andrew, because you and I both saw this posting from Robert Reich, who no one is going to confuse as a person in the red here. You're going to like what he had to say, Tom.
No, I'm not.
Because I think there's a little bit.
It was
I think
pathetic.
there is some merit to what he said, and he made it clear that he's got no.
That Obama doesn't want to be president anymore?
Do you have to step on my line?
But because this is childish. I mean, this is like, he went to 5,000 feet. The air was too much for him. This is like
booming here. I killed the mic, so I'm just going to keep going. Now, Robert Reich, he went to the psyche, or he'd say psychobabble, he might even be right here, to try to get to the president's desire. And leaving Tom out for a moment, let's get to what he had to say, because I thought there was some.
Can we please?
Yes.
Here's what Reich posted on Facebook. He wrote, quote, Obama doesn't really want another term as president. He seemed tired and listless in a way that ran deeper than being worn out from the ongoing demands of the presidency. I don't think he loves politics, certainly not the way Bill Clinton loves it. So what if at some level, perhaps at a level he's not even fully aware of, he doesn't really want it anymore? And he concluded, so the thought I can't get out of my head is we may have witnessed on the stage Wednesday night two men whose ambitions are trending in opposite directions, a president who's had enough and a challenger who can't get enough. I hope I'm wrong.
That's ridiculous.
You know what? I don't like psychobabble, but put it this way. You've had a lot of clients. You've had terrific candidates who make your life easier. You have other ones who can't get out of their own way. But if somebody doesn't have, whatever you say about Mitt Romney, the guy will do and say whatever he's got to do to try and get elected because he wants this thing. There's a palpable, raw ambition that he wants it, okay?
Good choice of words.
Say the
Raw
same thing
ambition.
about Bill Clinton. He'd do whatever it took you to become president. My point is, I just attributed he was more smooth, but I never got that vibe from the president, current president. Is there some merit to what Reich is saying, that this guy doesn't come up, he likes the job, but he doesn't want everything that comes along with it. And if you don't have that in you here, that you'll do whatever you got to do on that stage to get the other guy, then you know what? Maybe that says something.
I think this was a learning experience for the president when he's up against somebody who's willing to flip-flop, change positions, make it like he was, all for the middle class when the week before he was saying about the 47% he doesn't care about. There are so many things that got flipped on him that I think he got caught off guard, quite honestly. Some people could say he didn't study for the test. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he had different expectations. He failed. He didn't do well. I believe he'll do better. At the end of the day I don't compare Mitt Romney to Bill Clinton because Bill Clinton had that raw ambition, but he also had certain principles that he stood by. Romney has shown absolutely no principles. He governed as a governor to the middle, okay? He was an extreme conservative in the primary, and then he was moving towards the middle, and then this debate, it's just so confusing as to where he stands on anything.
And Bill
How
Clinton,
can you
Bill
trust
Clinton
him?
never moved on anything. Never moved on anything.
Is that rhetorical?
Well, I'm asking you a question because you act
You want me
like
to answer?
you act like
That
listen,
means I get to talk
Teddy,
again.
Teddy Roosevelt had a great line about politicians. He says, the politician who stands in cement winds up getting their leg cuts out when the wind comes. The politician who stands in the sand on the beach and the tide comes and goes, you swing and move because the country swings and moves because your needs swing and move. That's what Bill Clinton did when he signed welfare reform. That's what they all do.
In a millisecond, if you were running a campaign in a primary or whatever against Mitt Romney, you would have a field day with how the positions on core subjects that are core to you are so all over the place. But you know what? To his credit, he said whatever he said on the stage. Who the heck knows what he said? But the point is, it's working and it's resonating with the American public.
It's working for now. We're making too much of this. The former labor secretary. The president just had a bad night. That's all it is.
Because he can't defend his record.
No. Mr. Romney, come on.
He can't
Brad is
defend
right.
his record.
Romney is all over the
Why
place.
did Obama have a bad
Romney
night?
stands
But
for
why-
nothing.
but why
And
did
he
we-
has. And he
why
has.
did
You know
Obama
what my
have a
biggest
bad
problem
night?
with Dominic was? You're right. Maybe you're caught off guard. The thing's 90 minutes long.
And it was a
Wait,
Rose Garden
time out.
strategy.
Time
That's
out.
what he
Time
made
out.
the mistake of
Time out.
ignoring
He's
his
caught
opponent.
off guard. But at a certain point, you stand there at a podium and you say, wait a minute.
He's right. My
Wait a
record
minute
sucks.
here. This guy is not only contorting what he stands for, but he's telling me what I stand for. At a certain point, he should have put his back up and said something.
said what?
But no.
They tried that with the Princeton professor. They said
Mitt
They
Romney
said-
said for 90 minutes,
Tom.
Mitt Romney said, hey, you know what? I'll fix the problem. You know what I'll do? I'll cut the taxes here.
Yeah.
I'll cut Big Bird out of the way.
I'll cut the
and man
loopholes.
from heaven will
I'll
come
cut
down.
the loopholes.
Everything will be
No
good.
pain
He
for
didn't say what they
anybody.
were.
Richard,
Come on. That's nonsense.
A great
Richard,
story that
Tom-
no pain for anybody, no medicine will be taken by anyone. The president gave it more of like a State of the Union.
Oh, that was a
speech,
good idea.
Where he
Tom
gave a little medicine.
Tom
It doesn't
has
work
run
in a
Rose
debate.
Garden campaigns before, which means for the general public, and he's run them, if you're an incumbent in a strong position, you completely ignore everything that your opponent says. That's what the president did that night at the debate. Now, it was a huge mistake. It was a mistake to get there at 2 o'clock in Denver for a 7 or 9 p.m. debate.
By the way, I love when
Should
you
have
get
taken
angry.
the Al Gore plane.
No,
If Al Gore plane would've gotten there the day
seriously.
before, yeah.
You can't arrive in Denver 5 hours before the
Do
debate.
any of you
No
believe
way.
what Dominic's saying with his
Yes,
Al
I
Gore
know
thing?
for
That's
myself.
ridiculous.
Yes.
That's not a
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
You know what? I don't
Yes.
even care about. But you know what I do care about? It wasn't such a bad week
I
for
flew
the
to Ireland
president.
playing around the
And
golf
this is
that
where
day.
the Republicans are still trying to draw the attention off of the fact that the jobs numbers were good, and they continue to be good.
Oh, no,
And
those
they-
are fake. Those are fake.
100.
Right, oh, yeah.
Those are fake.
Dominic,
Everything's fake.
114,000
Anything
jobs.
that makes this
You need
president looks
$250
good.
million a month for the next
Anything
5
that
years.
makes this
Yes,
president
we will
look
get it right.
good.
12
We
million
will get it right.
jobs.
Anything
Great.
that makes
If
this
you
I don't know if anyone can hear me, but keep the conversation going online. Go to our Facebook and Twitter sound off. We got 28 days
Having a
left.
part-time.
Do you think Obama can regain momentum? I think even everybody at the table thinks he can. The question
Yes.
is, do you think he will? We take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to focus on the men behind the men, the Veeps. More pressure on them than I can remember in a recent vice presidential debate. Will it matter? What do you think will happen? We'll get into all that after this.